but to save my community, in order to save my race, we have to make bunny hopping a federal offense. Bunny hopping must become a federal offense. I want to introduce the anti-snow bunny hopping bill into Congress. No Negro is allowed to date, live with, sleep with, reproduce, cohabitate, engage, or marry with a non-African woman. We can help the community this way. We can help the community this way. Let's sign the petition and reverse the Loving versus Virginia Supreme Court decision in order to save our community. Those brothers are an embarrassment to the race.
On July 9, 1968, John Bumpus Calhoun placed 8 healthy white mice in a room known as Universe 25, which is about the size of a small storage unit. The room had all the necessary resources like water, food, and shelter. You could say it was a perfect place for them to live with no predators and dangers. However, as the population grew and resources became limited, the rats started showing abnormal behaviors. They became aggressive with each other. Some withdrew from social interactions, while others started devouring one after another. Over time, the rats were unable to adapt to new social situations, and their ability to learn and perform tasks were impaired. They are refusing to fight or even to attempt to mate until 2 years later, everyone died. Calhoun believed it was due to overpopulation and lack of social and environmental stimulation which caused the breakdown of social structures.
I'm not saying we should have a special victim status, but our circumstance is different. We are women. We are less.
You're 24 years old. Is your circumstance harder or easier than your grandmother and your great-grandmother?
Exponentially easier. We have access to information we didn't have.
Exponentially easier, but you're handling it worse. Your grandmother and your great-grandmother actually could work with a black man with more trauma.
Because they understood that the black woman and the black man are on the same side. Now that we are all free and independent and we could do whatever we want to, why would we seek to, be one with the black man? We even think that being...
Thank you. Clip it, slice it, put it on World Star. She said it, not me. Now that you're independent, you don't need to be with... There you go. There you go. And there you go. And there you go. There you go, black man. There it is. She's finally got one to say it.
Build businesses with us.
Your grandmothers and your great-grandmothers had more trauma and more stress and did it better. They have exponentially less and they're handling it worse. But it's because they're free and can do what the hell they want to. They'll need to be with you. So you don't need to feel any guilt for taking care of you, for putting yourself first and making your passion, your purpose, your priority. You don't need to feel guilty because this 24-year-old woman just said it. They don't feel any guilt about it. Thank you.
I got this shit off TikTok, okay? I saw the original clip on video done by Passport OG. He's a passport, quote-unquote passport bro who lives overseas in, I think, Japan. Right? I think he maybe have a Japanese wife or something. Or he's just really settled in age, living his best life abroad and shit. Salute, okay? Salute. Right, now getting back over here to the slave quarters down here in the colonies, we have Doctuh Umar Johnson. Once again, it's my second video of the day and shit. And, in this clip that seems to have been posted January 25th of this year, he is talking about that it should be illegal for black people, men and women, to date outside their race for the foreseeable future, if not indefinitely. Okay, and he's prepared to circulate a petition to that effect and present it to the government so that they can reverse that law, that case. They can reverse that landmark case, Loving versus I think Virginia or something. Don't quote me on that and shit. Okay. I don't really feel like it's necessary for me to actually look up that fact and shit. It's going to be thrown in a wood chipper anyway, according to critical race theory and all that bullshit. CR-fucking-T. So we have Dr. Umar Johnson, who I can't tell if he's trolling. I can't tell if he's trolling people or if he's actually serious, okay? Part of me thinks he's just doing this thing that, like, I think I heard Dick Gregory talk about it back in the past where, he had found out, somehow, like, Dick Gregory had got a hold of his CIA file from the COINTELPRO shit and found that they considered him a comedian and a buffoon or something along those lines, and that he was a marginal threat at best, but they were still watching him and shit. So sometimes the best case scenarios, we could just say Dr. Umar Johnson says these retarded fucking things that, mostly directed at his own, gender, so that, he won't, get on their radar real bit tough and shit. So I like to think he's just a fucking coward like that. It's just a fucking coward if you're trolling. Back in the day, we had those civil rights leaders. I don't care what their affiliations were behind the curtain and shit, but they're dead. Okay, they had the balls. They had the balls to put their lives on the line and shit for their fucking people and shit. And all you had to do was make a fucking school that you talked about ad nauseum and shit and went around doing the press junket for, and nobody questioned you. They still don't question you today at length about that fucking school. You never tell us what happened to the funds and the donations that happened to that school. But now you got time to sit on your fat ass, have a couple of hot pockets and talk about how it should be illegal for black people to date outside their goddamn race. All right? I think it's ridiculous. I don't give a shit about that crap, okay? About that interracial crap. In this day and age, in the 2023, I don't give a fuck about that. It's a global marketplace now, okay? It's a global marketplace, and mostly in our community, the reason it's a global marketplace is because since the 1970s, the mid-1970s, black women have been traveling abroad and shit and getting their freak on, but you don't talk about that shit, in any great shakes because you don't want them to come for you like harpies. Since the mid-70s, they've been doing their thing. And then the brothers started about like 10 or 15 years later traveling, but they kept it on the down low for the most part. But we live in the, the performative bitch era, 2023. Everybody can put their personal life on online in front of the world, using shit like TikTok and IG and all this crap. So now everything's out in the open and shit as usual. You got a lot of low end busted bitches, and you effeminate beta males out here trying to lock motherfuckers up in the slave quarters down here in the colonies. Okay, you want to make it where dudes have, guys have no choice but to deal with shit that's just given. This is your woman right here. Yeah, this bitch right here. This badly built, angry ass motherfucker with several psychological issues and shit. Might have one or two, physical issues and shit, and a preconceived family, a prefab family, dysfunctional family. The whole good times deal. And you want that to just be like that? You just get issued that, okay? Like a gun or something. Like if you're in the military, you went to the, fuck it. I'm sorry, this dude get on my fucking nerves. I'm on a new channel. It's my ghost channel, the Geek Underground 4 shit. No one's gonna see it. It's shadow banned it's nuclear shadow banned. Okay, you have to really look for this shit to find it. But I already got 2 strikes on the channel I have been using for months. Number 3, for going at Steve Harvey and shit. I made a badass video where I dragged the fuck out of Steve Harvey. You wouldn't believe this video, but I made a badass video. It's sitting in my storage area on one of my hard drives. You can't see the light of day on that platform. But here we are. Now I'm tiptoeing up to the razor blade again with Dr. Umar Johnson and his retarded shit. Mostly the reason I'm making this goddamn video is because I'm tired of people never really, taking him to task for his fucking school and his buffoonery and shit and his utter hypocrisy and shit. Especially like if you follow this guy for any length of time, you saw like the videos where he was skinning and grinning at some white girl's face and shit. Doing like the look on his face that it just made you like want to do that like one gun hunting trip with him as your buddy. Go out in the backwoods like they did in the the 20s or something when somebody was out of pocket and off cold. It's just like, damn man, you have no fucking credibility and shit, but they keep putting you on TV because you're a clown. All right, you're a useful idiot and shit, okay, buddy? You're a useful fucking idiot. Okay, I'm pretty sure you get a lot of support. I went and looked at the comments section of this video on TikTok where he had posted it. And, like I said, sisters, you black women are the biggest dupes on the planet. There was a bunch of women there talking about, oh, put that petition out. I'll sign it. Where can I go sign up? Hey, where can I log on and sign that petition? Because they want to lock us in here with them. They don't want the black dudes to have no choice. They have a white supremacist mindset and shit. You're like middle management under black women and shit, with this whole, we gonna lock these niggas up in the shed with us. And then when we ready, we gonna get like a big ass like oven mitt and reach in that bitch and pull that nigga out, even though he biting and scratching and punching on our hand and shit, and make him do what we want, okay? We're not your slaves, okay? Black men are not the property, the exclusive property of the women in our ethnic community, okay? They have made this very clear, inverted and shit. Okay, they like to say this shit about I ain't your mama and this and that and the other, but the first teacher of the child is the goddamn mother and shit. And you obviously had no mother and shit, or no father for you to sit up and fix your mouth to even play around and say this kind of shit. Okay, if you're just trolling, don't worry. The government would never fuck with you, okay? They need idiots like you amongst us and shit to keep the waters murky and dirty and muddy, okay? You're a useful idiot for white supremacy, buddy, okay? And it's weird I'm saying that because of some interracial shit, okay? But, I ain't no babe in the woods, motherfucker. I'm an older statesman of this community. I'm in my fucking 50s, motherfucker. I'm in my 50s. All right? I've been around, okay? I've been outside of the community. I've been banged chicks outside of the community and shit, okay? That's why when I hear, like when I hear them people talking about interracial sexual access as some kind of carrot to fuck over your own community, I just laugh my fucking ass off. No black dude, especially a lot of black dudes in this country, in America, 3Ks and said, where, the minority majority raise their kids with ethnic, teaching them ethnic myths as fact. They don't have to really try all that hard to date or have sex outside of the community. It's no big deal. It's no shakes. Only a goofy noob who had never done any shit like that, or is too scared or have been raised with their own ethnic myths, would believe something as stupid as that, okay? It's not even about that and shit, okay? It's about being unapologetically masculine and shit and having the balls to be that goddamn selfish, okay? Now I'm SYSBM and shit, like all the way. Okay, I'm SYSBM. Sometimes you have to make fucking decisions that will fuck you up in the short term but help you in the long run and shit, okay? And I think anybody listening to you is at a distinct disadvantage, okay? I would like to say more, but the rules and regulations of this kangaroo court they call YouTube and shit. And by and large, this goddamn country and shit is going in the toilet. We're fully in the decline of Western civilization because we see people like you, and it's not a fucking Wayans Brothers sketch, okay? This is the real thing. It's just I look at it, I'm like looking for the camera. I'm like, when is Marlon Wayans gonna pop up and with a laugh track and shit or something? The shit you're talking about sounds like some shit you used to see on the first couple of seasons of In Living Color. All right, you imagine that shit? You try to, run that back, peel that back, only to bust it. I want to get into it. I'm gonna talk about some shit like this in another video. This was Umar's time. Okay, it's Umar's time now and shit. I tell you, if you see me face to face, Umar, I'm gonna tell you, bow your fucking head. Bow your head! Okay, bow your goddamn head. Don't look me in the face. Look at my shoes. Look at my shoes. Keep your chin up and shit. Do not look at my feet. Do not take your eyes off your opponent, because you'll get donkey punched. God damn it, man. Then you will get... I'm going to take two fingers, like this dude back in high school in the mid-80s. I'm going to take these two fingers, my forefinger and my pointer finger, and I'm going to slap you on the back of your neck because you're hungry. You're thirsty, man. You're thirsty for relevance, man. This is how you performative and shit. And, I don't know what to say, man. Hey, brothers out there, hey, if you listen to idiots, follow idiots and shit, they will definitely lead you off the cliff and shit, into oblivion. Protect your assets, okay? Protect your peace. Keep your head on the swivel, and above all else, protect your seed and your future, okay? SYSBM equals Save Yourself, Black Man.
Red fish, blue fish, knick-knack, paddywhack, get a dog a bone, 2000 00 party, out of time, my bacon smelling fine.
This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.